Hey folks, welcome back or welcome to Midnight Raceway Park. I'm Steve, and in this tournament we're matching up creature vehicles against food and beverage vehicles. There are 8 vehicles representing each group. For the creatures group we have T-Rex Troyer, Fangster, Speed Spider, Shark Cruiser, Motosaurus, Dragon Blaster, Turtleshell, and Turboa. And for the food beverage group we have Instant Boost, Birthday Burner, Street Wiener, Hot Wings, Bubble-matic, Sushi Turner, Carne Asada, and Quick Bite. Let's get round 1 started. All vehicles will be running times on the drag strip, and the top 4 fastest vehicles from each group will move on to round 2. First up are Turboa and Dragon Blaster, driven by Grateful Sam. These two are not competing against each other per se, they're just laying down the fastest times they can. Dragon Blaster scores an impressive average of 2.516, while Turboa recorded a 2.541 average. Next up are Ralph's Racers in the T-Rex Troyer and Bad Dad Hobbies in the Fangster. Fangster turns in a disappointing 2.553, and T-Rex Troyer matches Turboa's 2.541. Our third pair of creature vehicles to take the track are the Motosaurus and the Turtleshell, driven by Amy Russell. Okay then, Motosaurus comes in with a 2.546, and we have a third average of 2.541 for Turtleshell, but it is 5/10,000ths of a second slower than T-Rex Troyer and Turboa. Man, that's some close competition. At this point, Motosaurus and Fangster have been eliminated, and only Dragon Blaster has secured a spot in round 2. Last up are Speed Spider, driven by the diecast Shepherd, and the Shark Cruiser. Even after losing control in the first lap, Speed Spider turns in an impressive 2.506, while Shark Cruiser scored a time of 2.542. All creature vehicles have completed their runs, and Speed Spider, Dragon Blaster, Turboa, and T-Rex Troyer are all moving on as we say goodbye to Turtleshell, Shark Cruiser, Motosaurus, and Fangster. Moving on to the food and beverage vehicles, first up we have the Quick Bite Hot Chicken Truck, driven by JB Lot 50, and Hot Wings Hot Sauce Car, driven by RWA Racing. Hot Wings is the first vehicle to run laps of sub 2.5 with an average lap of 2.484. Quick Bite scored a respectable average of 2.522. Next up are Ralph's Racers Jr., driving the Street Wiener, and Bubble-matic. Technically not a food or beverage, but we all know that there are kids out there who've taken a sip, so I figured, close enough. Oof, the food and beverage cars have come out to make a statement. Two more sub 2.5 times. Hot Wiener recorded a 2.491 average, and the average time for the Bubble-matic was 2.484. The next two vehicles on the track are the Sushi Turner, driven by 4 Haas Games, and Instant Boost Coffee Car. Oh man, these two had a rough time on the track, with Sushi Turner recording a disappointing average time of 2.577. And although the average time of 2.538 put down by the Instant Boost car is competitive, it was not fast enough to make it to the top 4 of the food and beverage vehicles. At this point, Bubble-matic and Hot Wings have secured a spot in round 2. Lastly, we have Birthday Burner and Car de Asada. Both the Birthday Burner and Car de Asada are eliminated with respective times of 2.551 and 2.588. Joining the 4 creature vehicles are Bubble-matic, Hot Wings, Street Wiener, and Quick Bite. Hey folks, I'm a one-person content creator, and it does take a lot of time and energy to create these videos that I make. So if you like my stuff, please hit the like button, share my videos, say hi in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It really does help independent content creators like myself. Thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. Moving on to round 2. We now have 4 creature vehicles and 4 food and beverage vehicles. Hot Wings, Street Wiener, Bubble-matic, Quick Bite, Speed Spider, Turboa, T-Rex Destroyer, and Dragon Blaster. For this round, only one vehicle will be on the track at a time. The oval track is just over 2 ovals, and each oval is a quarter mile to scale. All vehicles will again be running times, and the top 2 fastest vehicles from each group will move on to the final round. First up is Bubble-matic. Bubble-matic turns in an average time of 6.41. Next up is Hot Wings. Wings turns in an average time of 6.79. Next up, we have Street Wiener. Street Wiener turns in an average time of 6.01, securing a spot in the final round and sending Hot Wings home. The last food and beverage vehicle is the Quick Bite Truck, who is unable to record times due to its inability to complete a lap after 5 attempts. This allows Bubble-Matic to join Street Wiener in the finals. The creature models now take the track. First up is Speed Spider. Speed Spider turns in an average time of 6.66. The next vehicle up is Dragon Blaster, but it was unable to complete a lap after 5 tries and it is disqualified. Next up is Turbo. Turbo turns in a disappointing average time of 7.91. Last up is T-Rextroyer. If it can complete 2 laps with an average time under 7.91, it will move on to the finals. Otherwise, Turbo will have the honor. Let's see. Wow, T-Rextroyer left everything on the track and turns in an impressive average time of 6.07, and we'll see it along with Speed Spider in the finals. So as we can see, Street Wiener, Bubble-Matic, T-Rextroyer, and Speed Spider will all be battling on the track for the win. They'll be on the mountainside track, and we know that there's a lot that can happen on that track, so keep an eye out on Sunday for the finals. I suspect it'll be action-packed.